graduates may be seated. Good evening, everyone. I'm honored to welcome you all here tonight to the December 2021 Ball State Nursing Pinning Ceremony. My name is Carrie Osborne, and I'm the Vice President of the Ball State Nursing Alumni Society. I'm also, of course, a proud graduate of Ball State University School of Nursing as well. I'm grateful to be here tonight to recognize these new nurses in such a respected and time-honored tradition, the pinning ceremony. The pinning ceremony is a meaningful nursing school tradition that signifies the official initiation into our community of nursing professionals. Before we recognize the graduates, I have the honor of recognizing and introducing our distinguished guests on stage. Please hold your applause until all guests are introduced. As I call your name, if you would please stand and remain standing until all are recognized. First, we have Dr. Linda Sickberg, Director of the Ball State University School of Nursing. Dr. Scott Rutledge, Dean of the College of Health. Dr. Deborah Siley, Associate Professor and Associate Director for the Baccalaureate Program in the School of Nursing. Dr. Kaylin Renbarger, Associate Professor and Baccalaureate Program Director, School of Nursing. Molly Burkhart, Associate Director of Alumni Engagement from the Ball State University Alumni Association. Class advisors to the graduating class, Heather Bean, Assistant Clinical Lecturer of the School of Nursing. Anna Baker, Assistant Clinical Lecturer, School of Nursing. And our guest speaker, Dan Minnick, Assistant Clinical Lecturer, School of Nursing. And finally, our representatives from the Nursing Alumni Society Board, Heather Bean, who is a Master of Science from the School of Nursing in 2015, and Taylor Mills, who is a Bachelor of Science degree from the School of Nursing in May 2021. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to all of our distinguished guests. One other quick housekeeping item before we kind of get started with the ceremony. Please make sure your phones are on silence, and also if you plan to take pictures from the audience, if you could remain seated so that we can recognize and people can see all the recognition of the graduates. So we're going to start our ceremony with some remarks from Molly Burkhart, who is the Associate Director of Alumni Engagement from the Ball State University Alumni Association, and she's also the Alumni Liaison for the Nursing Alumni Society. Molly?
Good evening, everyone. How are we doing tonight? See a lot of blue masks in the room, which is good to see. We're all being healthy. So as she mentioned, my name's Molly, and I work for the Alumni Association. My official title is the Associate Director of Collegiate Programs, so I support each of the colleges, including the School of Nursing, on any alumni engagement activities, and I have the privilege of working with the Nursing Alumni Society Board. On behalf of the Alumni Association, I want to say congratulations. Tonight, you officially join over 7,800 nursing alumni and 200,000 Ball State alumni who have traveled this path before you, which is something to be immensely proud of and something that no one can ever take away from you. Since starting my role at the university about 6 months ago, I have been absolutely blown away by the drive, dedication, and enthusiasm of Ball State students and alumni. Tonight, I am honored to be a part of this time-honored tradition of pinning. This is a unique ceremony among our academic programs. No other discipline really celebrates and challenges graduates in this way. Traditions really play a big role in academia. However, this tradition predates most any college or university, dating back to the 12th century, which, if you do the math, is over 900 years ago, which is pretty cool, if you ask me. I encourage you to look around at the mentors who have supported you in your journey so far. Those might include faculty, classmates, alumni in the field, and family members. And remember that these people going forward are there to help you, and know that the next group of students is right behind you. And now they will look to you all as the experts. And when you're ready, you'll have the opportunity to change their lives just as your mentors did for you. So you might be wondering, how can I stay connected to Ball State, even though I won't be a student anymore? So that's why we came up with the handy little acronym for you, which just so happens to be CHIRP. So the C of CHIRP stands for connect. There's lots of ways to stay connected. We have an awesome platform called cardinalsconnect.com. You can go on, you can make a platform, or you can make an account on the platform and connect with Ball State alumni. The H stands for help. We want you to help your peers and students that are in their practicum, and maybe even introduce prospective students who might be interested in Ball State. The I stands for invest. So we would love, when you're ready, if you are available, to give back of your time and talent, and the Nursing Alumni Society is a great example of ways to get involved. The R stands for represent. We'd love for you to show your Ball State pride by wearing Cardinal gear and purchase a Ball State license plate. You might even want to attend an event. We have all kinds of fun Ball State events happening in Muncie, Indianapolis, wherever you end up pursuing your next steps. And then last but not least, the P is for promote. So we want you to share your Ball State story. You all have so much to be proud of, and we can't wait for you to share it with the world. I know that this class of nursing students has many leaders among you. What you have endured the past year and a half is nothing short of amazing. Not only are you graduating from one of the toughest programs out there, but you're also doing so during one of the toughest times in the profession. I look forward to celebrating your successes in the years to come. Again, congratulations and welcome to the Alumni Association.
Thanks, Molly. So next, we're going to have special welcome from the class, which is going to be given by the secretary of the December 2021 Baccalaureate Nursing class, Matthew Holsinger. Matthew?
Good evening, everybody. Good evening, family, friends, loved ones, and the incredible instructors and educators behind me. My name is Matthew Holsinger, and on behalf of the Ball State Fall Nursing Class of 2021, I want to extend a warm and grateful welcome to each of you for joining us on the celebration of our successful survival of nursing school. Welcome to the moms, the dads, the siblings, and the relatives who encouraged us to study hard, push us to do our best, and cared for us so that we can practice providing care for others. Welcome to the friends who have kept us sane, who have commiserated with us in the misery of exams and long studying nights, and who have made us laugh and smile after we made a mistake. Welcome to the instructors and the educators who peered out at a sea of faces lit by the glow of computer screens and surrounded by the incessant tapping of keys, who taught us how to take a blood pressure, who lectured us for hours on end, who heard us ask if we should give a patient potassium as an IV push, and who taught us exactly why that is a very bad idea. Welcome to those of you who are joining us from a distance or who are watching this as a recording. Please remember the camera adds 10 pounds. And to those of us, to those who are no longer with us, thank you for following with us on our journeys. All of us could not and would not have made it onto this stage without the love and support of each and every person in this room. Your encouragement and willingness to deal with us after long clinical days, hectic study schedules, and the thinly veiled doom and gloom that always set in before we took an exam did not go unnoticed. Once again, thank you for coming to join us. I'm incredibly honored to welcome you to the Ball State School of Nursing Fall Class of 2021 pinning ceremony.
I have to adjust that because I'm a little shorter. Thank you, Matthew. Next, we'll be moving on to our guest speaker for the night. So our guest speaker is Dan Minnick, who is an assistant clinical lecturer in the School of Nursing here at Ball State. So, Dan?
Good evening. I'd like to welcome family, friends, distinguished guests, faculty, staff, but most importantly, the December graduates of 2021. I'd like to thank you for asking me to speak for you tonight. It is truly an honor. All right. The last few years have been challenging for everyone. We've had to learn in unconventional ways, from virtual clinicals to the dreaded Zoom classrooms. All right, but how often can you go to class wearing your PJs with your cats and dogs? I like to think of a nursing student's journey in the context of a story that we're all familiar with, all right, and that's The Wizard of Oz and the students' personal journey down their own yellow brick road. The students began this journey a few years ago when their biggest concern was, am I good enough to get into the nursing program? The students were caught up in a twister, all right, of GPAs, PAC scores, stress, and tears. When the twister subsided, they found themselves in a new world, and this was called the Sun, okay, AKA the School of Nursing, all right? They were surrounded by a new, unfamiliar world with sometimes scary faculty and staff. But may I add, I've not seen any brooms yet. All right. The students did not receive ruby red slippers when they got into the nursing program, but instead were required to have plain black shoes with non-marking soles and absolutely no bling at all. As they started down their yellow brick road, they probably had many questions. Do I have the brains? Do I have the heart? Do I have the courage to make it through nursing school? Well, I can tell you, you've always had the brains. You just needed to acquire the knowledge. You acquired the knowledge through endless hours of studying, dreaded nursing care plans, 6 a.m. clinicals, projects, papers, and the test with a horrible select all that apply, and the faculty that subjected you to it all. But through all your hard work, you acquired the knowledge that brings you to this stage tonight. And it will take you to places you never thought possible. But you have to remember, you have placed yourself in a position to be called professionals, all right? And for that, you have the responsibility to be lifelong learners. As you traveled further in your journey, you may have asked, do I have the heart to be a nurse? And again, you're sitting here tonight, so I know you do. Nursing is a work of the heart. Every day you need to show compassion. You need to show compassion to heal the sick and to comfort the dying. Nursing is a challenging job, and sometimes it's really easy to lose compassion, to have your spirit broken. But you must always remember, having the heart to provide compassionate care is at the core of this most trusted profession. Being here tonight, you have proved that you have the courage to face new challenges, the courage to advocate for each and every patient that's been placed in your care, the courage to continue down this yellow brick road that we call life. You have the courage to roar now to ensure that every patient, regardless of who they are, receives the best care at all times. So tonight, you have arrived in the Emerald City. With your families, friends, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, looking on, overwhelmed with pride at your accomplishment. It is your time. It is your moment to celebrate your success. We do not have a balloon to fly you away, and I don't see any ruby red slippers to click your heels together. But what you do have are the Ball State Cardinal wings. With these wings, we fly. Congratulations.
Very nice. Thank you, Dan. Next, we're going to have the class pledge, which will be led by a couple of the officers of the class. So, Alia Shatat, class treasurer, and Kendall Crosby, class parliamentarian, if you guys would come forward for the class pledge.
Fellow graduates, please stand. I solemnly pledge myself before God and in the presence of this assembly to care for the sick with all the skill and understanding I possess, without regard to race, creed, color, politics, or social status, sparing no effort to conserve life, to alleviate suffering, and to promote health. I will respect, at all times, the dignity and the religious beliefs of the patients under my care, holding in confidence all personal information entrusted to me, and refraining from any action which might endanger life or health. I will endeavor to keep my professional knowledge and skill at the highest level and to give loyal support and cooperation to all members of the health team. I will do my utmost to honor the International Code of Ethics applied to nursing and to uphold the integrity of the nurse.
Thank you, ladies. You all may be seated. All right, so now we're at the moment we've all been waiting for, that we can recognize the graduates. Dr. Deborah Siley and Dr. Kaylin Rimbarger will announce the names, and Dr. Linda Sickberg, Director of the School of Nursing, will be presenting the pins to the graduates. And we also have gifts from the Nursing Alumni Society that will be presented by board members Heather Bean and Taylor Mills.
Will the first row please rise? Class President, Levi Gerald DeHaven. Class Vice President Riley Marie Vetter. She will be pinned by her sister Shelby Vetter, graduate fall 2019. Class Secretary Matthew Carl Holsinger. Class Treasurer, Aliyah Shatat. Class Parliamentarian, Kendall Rose Crosby. Will the first row please be seated? Will the second row now rise? Alicia Marie Abeda. Natalie Elise Beeson. Kiana Brooke Bland. Alyssa Ray Bordley. Madeline Rose Bowman. Madeline Rachel Kromlich. Hallie Morgan Davis, who will be pinned by her cousin Sierra Davis, graduate summer 2021. Hallie M. Eades. Alexis T. Hammond. Olivia Jean Hicks. Montana Louise Hosmer. With the second row, please. We got one more? Okay. With the second row, please set. With the third row, please rise. Charlotte Ray Hunt. Adam Riley Jones. Meredith Ruth Kimmel. Jacob C. Lawrence. Peyton Michael Lee.
Kate Reagan Monensmith. Mahalia Lee Matney. Delaney Maxine McGaffey. Desiree Z. McCoy. Sydney Sharon Miller. And then third row, you can be seated. Fourth row, you can stand. Taylor Ann Mink. Cheyenne Nicole Myers. And she will be pinned by her mother, Angela Rogier, spring 1990. Bailey Elizabeth Parisi. Paige Isabel Podlasak. Natalie Rose Puttcutter. Grace A. Pottle. Courtney Ann Schott. Kylie Hope Schaefer. Madison Marie Smith. Daniel James Tobin, Jr. Gabrielle Marie Vieira Danelli. And last row, you may be seated. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. It's so exciting. Next, we're going to have remarks from the class president, Levi DeHaven. So, Levi.
We, the December graduating class of 2021, have finally made it. It's hard to hold in or even express the excitement. It feels hard to know what to do. The excitement to finally turn the page on a new chapter of life. The excitement to be done with nursing school. The excitement to no longer have to write case studies or care plans. It's hard to mention this excitement without also mentioning our gratitude towards everyone in this room, because we would not have been able to make it here without you. To our families and loved ones, thank you for dealing with us in times of stress and always being there when we need you. To our friends and peers, thank you for the late night laughs, study sessions, and all the memories. We won't forget them. To our professors, thank you for teaching us. Thank you for teaching us with grace, passion, and great wisdom. I believe you are the lifeblood of the Ball State School of Nursing, which we are all now proud alumni. Please join me in a round of applause for all of these people. Now I want to talk a little bit about nursing and our future. I was having dinner with a friend a couple weeks ago, and he said, "You're so lucky. You get to do nursing as a job." And I was a little taken aback. I know that he didn't mean anything bad by that, but I'd never thought of nursing as just a job. I think of a job as a 9 to 5, where you show up, go home, get a paycheck, and life goes on. See, there's something particular about nursing. When I think about that, I think about when we first went to nursing school and first clinical, we show up and they say, "What kind of nurse do you want to be?" Of course, all of us, having no nursing knowledge or experience, knew exactly what kind of nurse we wanted to be. It's funny how that changed multiple times throughout school. There's another question that they would usually ask as a follow-up question to that I think is a little deeper, a little more personal, and tells a little bit more about nursing. They'd say, "Why do you want to be a nurse? What is your why?" That's very important. Because you can teach anyone not to push IV potassium. You can teach anyone the 6 rights of medication administration. You can teach anyone how the brain and the lungs and the kidneys and the heart are all connected. But you can't teach someone their why. They're going to need to rely on that why when your patient poops all over the bed. They're going to need to rely on that why when they have to stay 2 hours to chart because they're behind and all their friends get to go home at 7. They're going to need to rely on that why when they hold the hand of a dying patient that's alone. And they're going to need to rely on that why when you go home to your family that night and they ask you, "How was work?" Because they're going to have to say, "It was okay." And so I challenge you, December class of 2021, to take the extra steps to care for your patients. I challenge you, class of 2021, to remember all the people in this room and throughout life that have helped you to this point and through this point. And I challenge you, class of 2021, to remember your why. Thank you.
Very nice, Levi. Thank you. Our closing remarks are going to be given by Riley Vetter, December 2021 class vice president. Riley?
Alrighty. Good evening, everyone. My name is Riley Vetter, and I have the honor in being the class vice president. I first want to thank you all for coming out tonight and being here for your future nurses. If you're anything like me and how I was with my family and friends, tonight may provide relief to you that have been serving as free counseling sessions. On a side note, I want to greatly apologize for all of those that had to deal with that. But nevertheless, I don't think anybody signed up for any of that when we signed up for nursing. But here we are now. Secondly, I want to thank Ball State and the nursing program for their amazing instructors and courses in providing a great framework. As some will say, you do not truly learn how to be a nurse until you're out on your own. Realistically, you are never alone, but with a solid base of knowledge and experiences, opportunities will lead you to that growth. It has taken a lot to make it to this stage. Through the countless hours studying, stressing, and cramming every piece of information into our brains. The time where we take off or fly is now. With that said, I encourage everyone to practice with integrity, compassion, and hope in making another person's day better as it may be their worst. Most importantly, take care of yourself. Do not spread yourself thin, even though the rewards may be tempting. Every single one of you will be out on the front line and taking care of patients, and you are going to be essential no matter the circumstances. Lastly, though we all have taken different pathways that has led us to this stage tonight, we made it. But we have one thing left, and that is that NCLEX, okay? So I'm going to give you a unique nursing diagnosis that you probably have never heard of, but it may be useful to you guys later. It is the nursing diagnosis of effective studying, related to the preparation for the NCLEX, as evidenced by you all completing a rigorous nursing program here at Ball State. My last interventions for you all are to do your best, don't second guess yourself, and to represent Ball State with great nurses as you all will become. Thank you again for being here tonight, and you all have a fun and safe weekend with your nurses. So at this time, may I have the class officers accompany me to the podium? And now may I have Heather, Dan, and Anna make their way to the center of the stage. Sorry, we're calling you out. So as a class, we wanted to thank you all for being instructors that have greatly influenced our learning experience. With that said, here are a few gifts that are coming eventually. But there are a few gifts from your 2021 grads in hopes of it serving as just a small piece of our appreciation for the endless hours and time in which you have dedicated to us. So let's give a round of applause to these instructors and everybody else for their great work.
Thanks, Riley. All right, that's it. So will the graduating class of December 2021 please stand for the recession? We'll ask that the audience please remain seated until the recessional is completed. The graduates will be in the lobby at the end once they recess, so you guys can meet your graduates out in the lobby and visit with them out there. So good night, everyone. Thanks for coming, and have happy holiday season and safe travels.